context. So we were discussing a couple of cases, and the cases were as follows. So first off, we do what we call, internal training. So the FRS Internal Strength Model and Functional Range Conditioning. There's a difference between what we do and what we refer to as the standard model. And just to quickly discuss, in the standard model, or what we call the standard model, we're referring to exercises that are done, named exercises that people tend to know. And if you think about it, why do you know what an exercise is? You know that because somewhere along the line, someone consciously confined the variables of movement in order to produce a movement that starts at point A and ends at point B. And in the midst of that, there's particular postures that are supposed to be maintained. And then, you get an exercise. So for example, the bench press, when I say the word bench press, most everyone has a very similar understanding as to what I'm talking about, because we know that it's obviously on a bench and you're going to go from here to there. So these are standard exercises. And in standard model training, when only standardized exercises are used, we often talk about the fact that we're often patternizing our clients into doing things that they aren't necessarily supposed to be doing, or they might not have the prerequisites to do. Or even simply, when we're patternizing using only these named exercises, we're leaving a lot of tissue on the table. So in the internal model, we reverse the spotlight of training, and we take it away from patternized training. Not to say that we don't do standard model training. I want to make that clear. All of our athletes are getting, we do squat and deadlift and press and all of these other things, but just for different reasons. But the focus, of course, is not on the external environment, the feat of strength. Our focus is on the internal environment, and therefore we take a more tissue-specific approach to training. We ask questions, what tissues specifically are lacking capacity that we can put training energy into to raise said capacity, such that that capacity can then add to the overall function of the system. So we try to make systematic increases in the body system as opposed to patternized increases. But anyway, that was my very brief discussion as to the difference between an internal model of training or program versus the standard model of training and programming.